Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another edition of the Fantasy League of Ordinary Gentlemen. The Flu! Yeah!
Oh my god.
Gary, I mean, every week you just up it with like a new outfit.
Oh my lord.
I wish everybody could see you, dude.
Well, at first I'm representing because we're gonna have the Luchadores Dynasty League rookie draft. On a couple days from now, right?
48 hours.
I was gonna seriously wear this on Saturday, but I was just like, you know what? It's better for the podcast right now.
I concur.
I love it.
Well, you reminded me too when you said, "Is everybody going to bring their Luchadores mask?" I was like, The first thing I thought was Owen's mask upstairs, and I was like, "I got to take that. I'll take the Rey Mysterio mask at any time."
In a world where they're relaxing mask mandates, we choose to wear our lucha masks.
Yeah. Well, earlier I was like, because Owen saw me wearing it for a little while. So I ended up, of course, I had to power bomb him on his own bed or something like that, just to have fun with it. But man, 2 minutes just wrestling in that thing, like my face is sweating bullets, dude. It's
I bet, dude. I mean,
imagine wearing that out. It's supposed to be nice on Saturday too, right?
It's supposed to be 90 degrees in beautiful Richmond, Virginia.
Yeah, that and a lucha mask. Yeah, you might as well.
Boy.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of Gary Didn't Tell You, another episode of The Flu. I am your, I guess I'm your host for this evening.
You're our host every evening.
Okay.
Right? You're the consummate host.
Okay. The consummator.
The commish.
The consummator. My name is Joshua Hicks. You can find me on Twitter at jhicks804. There's 3 merry men with me tonight. Super stoked to be here. Last pod we did a standard rookie mock draft. Tonight we're gonna do a dynasty Superflex rookie mock draft.
It's exciting.
Say all that together 5 times fast.
Yeah.
Enough about me. To my right, the Morg, the Mart, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Morgan Heath.
Thanks for having me.
Always and forever. Same thing I told my wife at the altar.
Well, man, it's a privilege to be on the same level. Our relationship's a little bit. I don't have any children by you, but we're still working on it. And man, it's great to see you. It's great to be here. I love you guys as if you were my own wives. And
Heart.
plural wives. And what's your pronouns? He, him? Higgity?
No diggity, no doubt.
No diggity, he higgity?
No diggity, no doubt.
Sir.
Well, pronouns they're a thing now. I mean,
Polyamory.
Ooh.
Wait, that's when you have, that's when you have 2 wives. Wait, is that right?
No, that's polygamy.
Polygamy.
I can't even get out Dynasty Superflex rookie mock.
Polyamory is, I guess, if you're not married, right? I don't know.
It sounds fantastic. Let's to my I guess this direction would be kind of like hell because he's below us. One of my favorite people to shoot the breeze with and chew the fat, and this is a guy who loves to make the cheddar playing the fantasy leagues, and can't say as I blame him. I've made some cheddar myself. Ladies and gentlemen, the one and only nemesis, Gary Durkowski.
Thank you.
Well,
that was amazing.
Well, I was really just spitballing some of your less fine qualities.
I was like, what direction is he going? Is he going towards me or is he going towards Ty?
I know. I was like, where's he going?
But then I heard Moneymaker, and I was like, oh, that's obvious to me.
Yeah.
I mean,
Fair enough.
Touche.
No,
hey, can I borrow some money?
Oh God!
I guess you're gonna borrow some draft picks since we have one of our.
I'll take those too. I'm willing to barter a box fan on Saturday for a 2nd round pick. The commissioner's already said it's okay.
That's
He said,
perfect.
he said if I had a goat, I could get a wife. And
Very
I
nice.
don't want to marry a goat.
This is my wave.
That led us to the box fan. So here we are.
Great success.
Another
Well,
Oh my god.
since we're even further down,
seventh stage.
In the seventh stage of hell,
oh me.
just past the Smoker's Oasis and the Russian spies.
It's like I gotta select this grid so it's like sideways instead of like it's gonna be east or west instead of north and south. So I'm not sitting there saying below me or underneath me. Well, still one of the guys who pretty much came up with the group within the past 6 months to almost 6 to 8 months, I'd say, helped out with the crew, and Mr. Tyson Cullen. How you doing, bro?
Well, I'm good, man. Living the dream.
What's everybody drinking?
Oh,
Well,
I got.
Well, I get my boring one out of here. I got a Pepsi Zero,
yes.
and so yeah. So I just wanted to get that out of the way. Anyway,
All right.
Dude, I'm sorry.
I got a goodie
What you got?
from Boston.
Is that the Norse?
It's the Cashmere Secrets Double IPA.
The Norse.
Boston?
What's the
Boston. Boston.
Boston makes
Boston?
great beer.
It's 8% alcohol.
Ooh, we'll get you. Sheriff, we'll
20,
get you.
21 IBU.
Oh, yeah.
Cashmere Vic Secret Mosaic Citra, 2-row flaked oats, German wheat, Norwegian Quebec yeast. I'm Ron Burgundy. Yeah,
That's Norwegian for cum.
I'm Ron Burgundy.
the semen of a whale.
San Diego.
It's like, wait, I've had that
Saint
before.
Diego.
I drank that bottle before.
I know that flavor.
Oh, god damn.
It's great.
Saint Diego.
It's great. Morg, what else do we have? What else is in my house?
Well, I'm drinking a
I was
shandy.
gonna say what's.
I'm drinking a nice summer shandy, the Leaning Kugels.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah.
An easy word.
I did have an easy word. You're right. And I wash it down with Newports. And it's
What's that like?
well,
Oh god.
22 of your life feel like. That's it.
I know you would think that I'm still like 22, but I'm not. And it's fantastic, actually. I hope to quit all of it someday, but until then, it makes for great pop.
You're 22. You was Black and Miles and Bud Light. So I mean, you
man.
upgraded.
Yeah, 22 for
Yeah.
me is redheaded sluts and Marlboro Lights.
Good old days.
Halfway through the year, it just switched over to straight Jaeger.
Hell yeah.
Cold Jaeger straight out the bottle.
Oh my god.
Damn right. I'm with you on that.
I'm
I'm with you on
The
that.
Ty still does it. I couldn't do that in 70 years.
All right, next time we're together, so,
Jaeger and Red Bull.
Jaeger, buddy.
Huh?
Next time you and I are together, we'll go the distance with some Jaeger.
Let's do it.
Chupa.
We'll get arrested
I
together.
see you guys do that.
I had
June 19th.
one of
Yeah,
my
no kidding.
one of my best friends in college, when his buddy from home, they called them turkey bombs.
Mm.
The wild turkey and Jaeger, dude.
Mhm.
I know,
Oh,
they're like, I'll buy you one. I'm like, no, you will not. Because
you lost me at Wild Turkey, dude.
I don't want to
Oh,
die.
That's gross.
Bushmill bombs, basically, which was a Jaeger. Bushmills.
yeah,
Oh, sober. I threw that up all over the wall at Shanae's.
Oh, Lord.
I remember a buddy of mine came to me. He's like, "Try this." I was like, "What the hell is this?" He's like, "Well, you gotta try it." I'm like, "I don't want to try it, dude.
You're gonna
Come on,
root.
dude, try it." And I tried it, and yeah, I spit it up. I was like, "What the hell is this?" He's like, "Oh, that's wild turkey." And that was the only time I've ever tried wild turkey. It was that bad.
Well, speaking of liquor, guys, I went a little risky with some whiskey as it is. So,
ooh, risky with the whiskey.
yeah. Oh, I mean, I did water it down with some ginger ale. So we got some Jack and ginger right now for tonight.
Oh, okay.
I think it's
Pretty
pretty
good. Good choice.
I commend you for your choice.
I like you. That's all I had. That's all I had at the home. So
Make it end meet.
yeah. No beer.
Well, the weekend's upon us, and it will flow shortly. So yeah, guys. All right. So like I said, we're going to do a Superflex rookie mock dynasty. Phrase them words however you would like. But before we get into it, www.thefluke.com. Subscribe, 5-star reviews, Podbean, iTunes, Spotify. Follow us on Twitter at the Flug, FLOOG_FF.
You said that. That's such a beautiful flow.
I gotta remember. I don't know. I need to write shit down. But anyways, hey, here we are. Let's rock, guys. I mean, anything else going on? Any news that we want to talk about before? I mean, I don't want to talk about Tebow. If you want to talk about Tebow, you can talk about Tebow. But
did you guys notice that Antonio Brown didn't even sign his contract yet?
It's because he hasn't passed his physical. He just had a knee scope.
Right. Okay.
Well, now
Shouldn't
you're in the know.
Shouldn't say that on the podcast.
Now you're in the know. You should have called me. It would have cost you a 2nd-round pick, but you should have called me. I would have told you.
That really enhances the fact for Mike Evans and Godwin in a way. With that, I mean, at least for now, for like most people who are drafting now, I mean, most likely, especially in a redraft, you're doing it in what, late July, August.
Mhm.
But for right now, even in startups, I mean, that can even push Antonio Brown back a little further.
Scotty Miller?
Plus, I mean, I still think he's still getting accused of some of the stuff in the past.
He's definitely getting sued for the truck thing. The movement.
I mean, I can't keep.
Yeah.
I mean,
All he's got to do, he had the knee scope. All he's got to do is pass his physical, and they're going to give him the contract. So it's not. I mean, he's going to sign.
Yeah. True.
They're in win now mode for sure. So
absolutely. Any other? I mean, what do you guys think about this Julio trade? Do you guys? Let's go around. Let's go around the Zoom. Let's everybody do dream scenario, and what do you think is like a realistic landing spot?
Well, I'm just gonna pull out my Bills fandom, and yeah, I'm just gonna go out there. So I read an article that said the Bills were the best trade possible, and I couldn't believe I saw that, because I'm like, why the hell would the Bills? Why they don't need another receiver? They need pass rushers. So yeah, I just wanted to get that out of the way. I couldn't believe I saw that, but
well, if that happens, that pushes back like someone like Gabriel Davis, sure.
Yeah. So that, and it would cost them. So that makes no sense. But yeah, I just wanted to. I mean, maybe like.
Okay, so that's your dream scenario. What's your realistic scenario?
Yeah. I was gonna say so. Like maybe, I don't know, someone like Cincinnati.
I'm thinking of somebody who's going to need it more. I think Indianapolis, because I did hear rumors with Indy. I heard it's something where it could have been revolved around a pick and Paris Campbell in return.
For me, the dream scenario is that he stays in Atlanta.
Yeah, that's a good one.
I think that's his best opportunity to. I mean, it's not like he's irrelevant. He's still a great player. He's still a top 10 wide receiver, I would think, talent-wise and production-wise. Even though he's going to have some up and down games where he's going to score you 40 points one game and maybe 5 points the next.
Mm-hmm.
I think the most, for me, where I think he should go and who I think would really need him is the Lions. I don't think that they have a lot of options there, and I think that they could probably take him on if you're trying to just – I mean, is it really a bad idea to bring in a veteran wide receiver if you're trying to build your wide receiver core to imprint on players? You know, that's I get my perspective, I guess.
So I'm just trying to think about it. I was thinking the Chargers maybe, because Herbert could use another guy other than Keenan Allen.
Mike Williams is definitely injured at times, so that's a decent spot.
Houston could use him.
He's not. I don't think he would go.
I get that, but if you have to agree to it,
true. Yeah,
probably.
No trade.
Yeah, no trade.
Well, what about? So I was going to say this. What's it? All right, the team that always trades away their first to always go get high-profile players They're definitely in like a win now mode. The Rams. You imagine that with Stafford?
Yeah.
I mean, they're already if they're looking because you can already bet on to win the Super Bowl. I was telling Morgan for the pod started, the Rams are like I think they're like top 6, 7 like odds to win the Super Bowl.
I like their receiver crew, but they don't have. I mean, they don't have that big body dude like Julio Jones.
Yeah, and to put them over the top in a division with like, I mean that's kind of a tough. I mean, 49ers, they're always I mean they were the Super Bowl 2 years ago.
So let's be honest. Wouldn't probably like the optimal if you were him? Wouldn't the optimal spot be somewhere like Kansas City?
I mean, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He could be what they really envisioned Sammy Watkins.
Yeah.
You think if the Packers made a move, like that would bring Aaron Rodgers back?
Packers are definitely a team that's got to be in the.
Yeah, I think you're right about that. It's tough.
I think for the Falcons, kind of want to at least be competitive, so they probably would keep him. I don't see why they would.
I got to believe that they're looking at their team as a win now team because Matt Ryan's not getting younger.
No, yeah, that window is.
So if you're not winning now, what are you doing if you're not rebuilding?
Yeah, but that's so garbage.
What do y'all think? What do y'all think about Cleveland being a destination?
Jesus, that's Jarvis, Odell, and him.
And then the only one I could off the top of my head, Tennessee.
Yeah,
that makes sense actually. Tennessee.
Because again, Cleveland, they don't have that big body type, and Odell's coming off a torn ACL. So, and they got Baker, who made a big step. The whole team made a big step, really.
Yeah.
So
exciting game, week 1, Browns at KC.
Is that who y'all put? Damn.
What if you went to the Bears? What if you went to the Bears and play with them?
I think that'd be a lot of convincing to get him to go.
Maybe, but maybe look at it from the standpoint of, well, it's not going to be Andy Dalton, it'll be Justin Fields. I mean, I think Justin Fields is a great pick.
I thought about Bears, but just that quarterback situation. But I think him and Allen Robinson together.
Oh wow, that'd be great.
Woo, doggy. Yes.
So,
just play them in like trip bunches. Just throw the ball up to somebody over there and they'll get it.
And then Cohen.
Yeah. That'd be great, actually.
I was even thinking Viking, even though they got Thielen and Justin Jefferson. Thielen's
30? If not 31?
30.
30. But, yeah, he's kind of slowing down,
Mm-hmm.
I was thinking Minnesota maybe. Like going back to what Morgan just said, the trip set, going trips formation, Julio, Adam Thielen, Justin Jefferson, Dalvin Cook.
Yeah.
That's true.
That's a bad offense.
There are places he could go. I guess I just think that he's going to end up back in Atlanta more than anything because I think that somebody would have to be willing to pay a lot for him still.
Because it hasn't been the past couple of years. We've heard this before. Like Julio could get traded. And he hasn't been traded yet.
Yep.
So
I think it's best for his fantasy value to stay in Atlanta too.
Yeah,
absolutely.
I definitely agree with that.
Yeah. He's got to be loving the fact that he just got Kyle Pitts.
Yeah, tits for Pitts. Yeah. Pitts picks.
That's going to be my team name, Pitts Picks.
All right, guys. Let's start. You guys ready to start this draft?
Yep.
Go.
So the order, we're gonna do a 12 team. We'll just see how time goes. Half point PPR Superflex. Like we said, we did a little. We played rock paper scissors. I won the first pick.
Congratulations.
Yes.
It'll be the only thing you win this year.
Some people would debate. Some people there's debates on this here, there, and everywhere. But I'm gonna go. I mean, there's Lance and Fields. We don't know if they're gonna start week 1. Or how many games they're gonna play this year. And like we said when we did this draft, we're gonna do like you're starting a blank. Like you're having a blank team with just these rookies. I'm just gonna go Trevor Lawrence.
That's a great pick.
All right.
Consensus 1-1 for most.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
This is the guy when we did our when we did our 1 QB draft last pod, he went he was in the first, but it was late.
Yeah.
So just to kind of this is why we're doing this, to show you the difference.
Mm-hmm.
So anyways, there's not much to say about. Everybody knows what's.
Yeah, you know what you're getting out of him. He's pretty much most anybody in the world of being an analyst or whatever is pretty much in agreement that he's almost a generational player, maybe.
Yeah.
So he's somebody who's going to be a long-term franchise player. So
yeah,
like I would say there's the same hype surrounding him that maybe there was with Andrew Luck.
Absolutely, that's what the last.
Like he's the person I would draw to like that much hype around him. So
yeah. So Morgan, last time we did our standard 1 QB, you had the 2 pick as well.
I did.
And then you started the craziness by taking Pitts here.
I do this in every draft.
I know, yeah. So
it's my game.
So I'm excited. Onward.
So this isn't going to be actually that out of the realm of normal, being that we're starting from scratch. Superflex. For me right here, it's between Trey Lance, Justin Fields, because you're obviously the whole Superflex bit. I think that Trey Lance has a higher ceiling this year immediately than say Justin Fields does, just based off of athleticism and how I think they're going to scheme him. So I'm going to take Trey Lance here. But it should be noted that I like Justin Fields a lot. I think he's going to be good for Chicago, but it may be that, as crazy as it sounds, Justin Fields may not actually start the season. He probably will, because Nagy's job's on the line here, so they got to win. But I really think, and more so, I think what plays into my decision-making here is the fact that the Niners traded up for Lance. They gave up to get him. That's their guy. They believe in that guy. So that's why I'm taking Trey Lance right here. It's almost more like playing it with a safer floor pick.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
He has a great floor. Who knows what his ceiling is, but I feel like his floor is good. So,
yeah.
There you go. Trey Lance.
I like it.
Yeah. Gary, you got 3.
No, it's tie.
Oh, it is tie?
Yeah, I lost.
I wrote it wrong.
So you guys kind of forced my hand by picking 2 quarterbacks, and because y'all went 2 quarterbacks, I'm gonna just go ahead and go with Zach Wilson. Not really what I wanted to pick him, but because y'all went quarterbacks first, kind of forced my hand, knowing that I need a quarterback eventually. And let's face it, he's going to start right away. May not, he is playing for the Jets, but I mean, right away, he's going to make an impact as far as starting.
He's going to start. He's definitely going to start for them.
Yeah. I mean, it's pretty given that Trevor Lawrence is going to start even with Minshew and all that. But I mean, Zach Wilson has the least amount of experience playing behind him than, say, Justin Fields has got Andy Dalton, Nick Foles, Mac Jones, has Cam Newton, Jared Stidham. Trevor Lawrence has Gardner Minshew and
Trey Lance.
Yeah,
Trey Lance. I'm sorry, I cut you off.
And then Trey Lance has got Jimmy Garoppolo. So I mean, Zach Wilson, like I said, he's got the least amount of experience playing. So, again, it wasn't what I wanted to do, but I know need to get a quarterback, and I try to draft for players that make immediate impact. I know a lot of people draft for potential, but I want to see that immediate impact. So, so
that's plenty good. As far as the immediate impact, I totally agree with you.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. I don't think he's going to be as big as like the Trey Lances and Justin Fields of the world, but I get the pick. It's just like he's the guy. So I mean, there's no benching, no nothing whatsoever, to where Justin Fields, Trey Lance, somebody like that is going to be possibly just waiting in the helms till the possible starters of Andy Dalton, Jimmy G. So since I did lose that rock paper scissors, I'm the 4th one.
Good job, host.
Get it out of the way, bud. Get it out of the way.
But since Justin Fields is still on the board, I'm going to go with him at number 4.
All right.
So nothing but quarterbacks, first 4 picks. I mean,
Strawberry fields forever.
all right. So that puts me back at 5. This is almost like if I had the 1-1 in a regular.
Yeah. This is what it would boil
Yeah.
down to, because the 4 quarterbacks would be completely different than a one quarterback league.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So my one, see, man, I've never had the 1-1 in a rookie, but I mean, I don't.
What are you trying to say? You're too good for that?
No, it's
Because if you are, you are. I mean, facts are facts. It's science. If you've never had the 1-1, you've been too good to get the 1-1.
all right. I guess based on volume, I'll go Najee Harris just because Jamar Chase, you still have Tyler Boyd, you still have T. Higgins there. So we'll go Najee Harris.
Do you worry at all about the offensive line for the Packers?
I do worry about the offensive line, but the bottom line is he's still going to get the carries.
Yeah.
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 I like that a lot. Yeah, volume is king always, right?
That's
This part.
Yeah.
It's kind of one of those sort of the role.
I was just going to say, I love James Conner's story about, perseverance, but let's face it, Najee Harris is just a different animal.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
he's different.
He's just anybody that's 6'2" and whatever he is, and he's jumping over defenders and running them over, you're a different beast. So
Ty, you couldn't have done that more perfectly.
thank you.
Very eloquent.
Give credit where credit's due.
Hey,
Work your up, boss.
With the 6th pick in the Flug podcast Superflex rookie draft, Washington. No, I'm just kidding. Washington. I would take the other guy who I think is a generational player here. I'm going to take Kyle Pitts. I think he's really good play, and
You're sticking to your guns, which is
I believe in Kyle Pitts. I think he's going to be really good. So.
if he's, I'm sorry to cut you off.
Oh no. I just think that even though he's going to a situation where he could potentially still be playing behind Ridley, Julio, Hooper, all of these people, I still think that his talent outweighs that. And when Julio's gone, I think he'll definitely get a lot of looks.
He could be the next Julio for that team, for real.
Well, he could be or Tony Gonzalez in that. Or, you know what I mean? Like sort of how they use the tight end down there. So who's there? Is Dirk Cotter still there, OC?
I don't.
Dirk Cutter, no. I think they just dismantled it because the head coach is the Arthur Smith from
Tennessee.
That's right.
From Tennessee, offensive coordinator.
So that could even be a super creative offense in that capacity.
Handle the run much more, but I feel like this team's going to be so far behind. Still, they're going to have to pass almost 550 to 600 times like they normally do. So their defense is horrible. So although I kind of like Mike Davis, those quads don't lie. But I don't think he's going to be like a Derrick Henry running back. I still think he can be like, an RB2. Like a high-end RB2, but I just think they're going to have to pass a lot. And if they can really establish the run really well, that's great for play action for that team.
I guess my thought with Mike Davis is that I think he might put up Myles Gaskin type numbers this year. Not running back 1 numbers per se, but good numbers.
I'd take Mike Davis over Myles Gaskin, though.
Huh?
Take Mike Davis over Myles Gaskin, though, in my opinion.
Yeah, I'm just kind of likening them as to how I could see their fit in the offense. That's all. I would.
Yeah, I get you. And plus, I'm not a big fan of Ito Smith or Quadre Allison.
You got cut.
I do love Quadre Allison as I like his story a lot, but a lot of times story don't get it done. You know what I mean? So. Where did Allison play college?
Usually I know.
I drafted him a couple years ago, and I was kind of high on him coming out of college. I forget now.
I don't think he went anywhere major, but I can't tell you that to be true.
Who is this?
Kadri.
Well-
Oh. I don't think he's gonna be much of anything.
So
All right.
I could see them somewhat maybe getting Melvin Gordon if he gets cut or traded.
I can see it. What if they traded for Rashad Penny, for the Rashad Penny lovers of the world?
Hey man, I wouldn't mind that.
yeah.
That's not going to happen.
I wouldn't mind that at all.
All right.
Yeah.
Who's up?
Luka.
So I'm up, and I'm glad you brought up Melvin Gordon. Morgan, you took my pick. I was going to say Kyle Pitts.
That's why I took him.
I'm going to go Javonte Williams
Oh,
I love that.
over Travis Etienne because,
and Jamar Chase.
well, again, I'm just kind of playing the board. You took Najee.
He forced his hand twice.
Yeah, you did force my hand.
I love it.
Agreed. But I mean, look at both situations. Travis Etienne has James Robinson. I like some James Robinson. Gary's putting on his mask again.
Very important pick.
I'm trying
I'm saying a lucha mask, not a COVID mask.
Yeah, I'm trying to say what my reasoning. But yeah, Travis Etienne's behind James Robinson, and I'm personally a fan of James Robinson. Denver's given Royce Freeman plenty of time, plenty of chances. They obviously don't like him. Can't stop laughing. And like you said, Melvin Gordon, I don't know. I haven't really been that big of a fan of him since he was a rookie, even when he got in the NFL. Yeah.
Go on.
That's why I choose Javonte Williams over Travis Etienne.
All right, Garsh. You up, mask up.
Luchagare?
Oh,
What you got?
This is a really interesting spot. I do like the two running backs that went off the board. No wide receivers yet. Kyle Pitts, he's bound to be a stud for sure. But I still think I'm gonna go with Jamar Chase for wide receiver at 8.
I think that's a steal right here.
absolutely. Absolutely. All right, so that puts me at the Niner.
Yep.
So pick number 9 in a super flex. If the way this goes, I'm gonna run up there and get ETN.
I can't say it's blame me for that.
I'm gonna rush. I really, I think. I mean, I take that back. I was never on the James Robinson. Yeah, heel turn wrestling. Here we go. I was never on the James Robinson.
The truth comes out.
They were a bottom 5 rushing team in the NFL last year. They averaged like 95 rushing yards per game. He got a lot of his fantasy points in the PPR, in the catching the passes. And of course, we know they're playing from behind a lot because the defense is hot garbage.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
And for going to pass catching, we're obviously thinking, ETN is going to play a lot of that. So I don't know. I think that's my story. Sorry, guys.
No,
like I said, we're all in the wrestling tonight. So chair shot, James Robinson, enter ETN, takes mask off. Here's your RB1. Let's go.
Concerto. By God, he did it.
All right, Morgan Mark.
All right. So that leads me to take Devonta Smith here.
The Slim Reaper.
I know I know people have an issue with his size, but I don't see how he does not get the volume to be relevant. Gary, you're a Philly fan. I mean, isn't it the path is there, is it not?
Yeah, absolutely. Because I mean, he can play in so many different scenarios, like wide receiver screens. He's a great route runner. I think he's a better route runner than both Jalen Waddle and Jamar Chase.
I mean, I don't see Rager being a huge battle for targets with him.
Absolutely not. Like I don't think the regime with Doug Peterson really played Jalen Rager really well, or put him to like his best attributes, or like to work his strengths. So, which is really cool about Nick Sirianni is like he was a wide receiver coach, so that's his strength. Of course, like his first pick is a wide receiver, and it was the Heisman Trophy winner in college this past year. So I'm interested in Devontae Smith. The only problem is Jalen Hurts. Like, what are we going to get out of Jalen Hurts? I think with the Eagles having 3 firsts next year, like, I mean, if Jalen Hurts doesn't, somehow come together with all these weapons, that he has decent weapons around him. And the offensive line is pretty stout now that they're all healthy. Like, if he can somehow put it together this year, he should be fine for next year. But if not, I think we can find somebody who's going to be not like just a legit pocket passer, but somebody who's better, thrower of the game.
But they were.
I think he was. I'm sorry, I'll just cut you off there, Ty. Like, I think he only completed 50-some percentage, like low 50s of his passing attempts. So
did Josh Allen last year. Anyways, I think that, but you got to remember they were teammates back in 2018 when Jalen was with Alabama. So I mean, they have played together. I don't know. I think it doesn't matter the size, not to be corny, but if you can play, you can play, and Devontae Smith can play.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
But I didn't watch much college football, but I saw the national championship game.
That's a dude who can play.
13 catches, 199 yards in the first half against Ohio State. You can play.
Yeah.
So
the Ty's on fire tonight. I love it.
I love cut and dry Ty.
Yes. Ooh, I like that name, cut and dry Ty.
cut and dry tie. So
Look at that. Ty, did you make your pick?
So once again, I'm next, and once again, Morgan, you took who I was gonna take.
Played rock paper scissors better.
Good eyes. Good eyes.
You would have won if it came down to you. You would have won. So I'm actually gonna take Rashad Bateman over Jalen Waddle. You look at the receivers. You got Marquise Brown and Sammy Watkins, and then you got Will Fuller and Devontae Parker. And personally, this is just me personally, because I've seen Sammy Watkins play in person at Buffalo. I'm more of a Will Fuller fan than I am of a Sammy Watkins. So I think Rashad Bateman could see the field before Jalen Waddle, in my opinion. And not only that, he's got a quarterback that's in his fourth year compared to Waddle, who has a quarterback in his second year. And I was not impressed with Tua.
Ooh.
Okay.
Hot take.
Personally. Nothing again. He seems like a great kid. You know, I hope he succeeds when he's not playing Buffalo. But yeah, so that's just my 10.
Yeah. All right, Garth. Finish up the first round if you don't mind.
Excuse me.
That's really interesting. I don't hate the Rashad Bateman pick at all.
I thank you.
I mean, I think he's I do like him better than Jalen Waddle, but I just don't see his fit that's good. But he can play all aspects of the field with running routes, which like Miles Boykin can't. And when you had Hollywood Brown, he can only run like certain areas, like deep threats. So I like that. This is a really tough one.
I'm just really disappointed nobody talked about Devin Duvernay. We can move on.
Well, Duvernay's good too, but he's only like selecting like the slot area. So like I'm gonna have to go with Mac Jones. Like, I mean, at this time,
At this juncture,
yeah, you have to go with somebody who's.
how can you take a quarterback named Mac? Am I right?
Right, Mac Daddy.
Mac Truck. It just makes sense.
Yeah.
And I think he's going to have a chip on his shoulder too. He's ready to prove something
because he kind of stepped down from what they thought he was going to be.
Yeah, I don't see him being anywhere like above. Well, I see him being in the range of like depending on scoring wise. But if we're saying like 0.2, is it 2.5 per? Wait, how does the passing ordeal go for most of our leagues?
As far
as when you get a point, is it 25 yards?
25 yards.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I see him being a better passer. Obviously, he's not going to be a great runner, but I see him like being somewhere in the aspect of anywhere between 17 to like maybe 24, 25 points at times. He's not going to be in your 30s or close to it, like some of your like premium quarterbacks in this league. But I think he's going to be fairly good. Will he be in the shadows of Tom Brady? Absolutely, but that remains to be seen. So
for the next decade, every New England quarterback. I mean, could Mac Jones be the next New England quarterback for the decade? Possibly, but I mean, yeah.
I was just going to say that. Yep.
I heard that I went to hang out with some friends for the weekend. The cheapest ticket for Tampa Bay at New England is already at like $1,500.
Sweet, dude. That's week 4, right?
I can watch it for free on my sofa.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. All right, so that is the end of the first round. Let's sum that up. First pick, we got Trevor Lawrence, Trey Lance at the 2, Zach Wilson 3, Fields 4, Najee Harris 5, Kyle Pitts 6, Javonte Williams in the 7, Jamar Chase at the 8, ETN going 9, Devontae Smith 10, Rashad Bateman 11, and then like Gary just with his last pick, Mac Jones at the 12. It's getting dicey already. I like this.
I love it. It's good. This is good stuff right here.
All right, so that puts me up at the 2-1, and I'm gonna appreciate the slide, and I am taking Jalen Waddle. I think you got Fuller on a 1-year leash deal. You got Devontae Parker, who's always a question mark. So I mean, hopefully, again, we have of course the Alabama connection with Tua and Waddle. So I'm going to roll with this, and I love this pick right here. I think
it's a great pick.
In my opinion, we're doing Superflex tonight, but in a 1 QB league, there's like a top 7. In Waddle's, like after that, there's a drop, in my opinion. So, and Waddle is the last. Waddle and Smith are like the 6 and 7. I mean, interchange, whatever you want to do, but that's. So I love it right here.
Yeah. If you get him, that's a steal.
All right. With the 14th pick, I'm going to. So a lot of what I've been looking at recently is trying to sort of sift through the running backs of this class. And there's definitely analysts out there that are higher on certain players than other players. And it has to do a lot with how they evaluate them. More so than, say, draft capital or actual landing spot. It has to do more with their actual talent and things of that nature. So I've been trying to watch more on running backs, and I'll be the first one to tell you that I'm still sifting through how to evaluate things that I see, what matters and what doesn't matter. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's the more you watch, Gary, I love it when you turn the whiskey bottle straight up like that and you lick the tip. Oh man.
Gotta polish her off.
So I guess for me, like right here, it comes down between Trey Sermon and Michael Carter. And while I like a lot of things about Trey Sermon, I feel like for this particular year, Michael Carter has maybe an easier road.
Yep.
To touches, or to more touches, maybe, I guess is the right way to put it. So I'm going to take Michael Carter right here. But it should be noted that I think a lot of Trey Sermon as well. I just haven't quite really been able to sort through everything yet with running backs, which sucks because I got a draft in 2 days. But hopefully none of them will be there for me to have to worry about. So there you go. Michael Carter is who I'm taking here.
I think I agree. Between the two, I think Michael Carter has a better chance of making a bigger impact. Yeah. Trey Sermon's got to deal with Jeff Wilson, who the last couple games he ran real hard, especially that Cardinals game when he had 100 yards and 3 touchdowns. And then you got Raheem Mostert, who is 29 years old, but kind of a young 29. He bounced around the league and for a number of years, and I think he was at 5 yards per carry or close to it, and so was Jeff Wilson. So, yeah, I think that's a better pick, Michael Carter.
Well, yeah. Well, I mean, me and Morgan kind of have the same mind frame at times. I think, like, at this point, people are going to be running back needy. I mean, I can see either of these guys being like in a regular read or regular rookie draft. Like, these two can go pretty back end first round. Like, Michael Carter, dude, can be like a low end to me, Alvin Kamara in a way. Like, I seriously, like, at best, just below Alvin Kamara. At worst, just above. I think, like we talked the other time, like right above. God, why am I forgetting his name? In Buffalo, help me out there. Singletary. I'm sorry.
Singletary.
Like a step above Singletary. Like, I think that's like where he's at. And Trey Sermon reminds me of like somebody like Cam Akers, or like kind of like a Raheem Mostert in a way too. Like, but Michael Carter's a better passing back. And what we all need in this league is especially in PPR, is passing backs. Yeah, and I think as long as the Jets can somehow pull it off, and like they're a fairly half decent team, I think Michael Carter's gonna be shit, dude. I think he's gonna be really good. He's gonna be like Devontae Freeman back in Atlanta. I mean, you still have what's his name?
Michael?
No, still in Tevin Coleman.
Oh,
got Tevin Coleman there too, and it's very hard. It's like, I swear to God, I would go. It's a mind bender right there for those two. I like them both. I'm
with you. It's a toss up on both of them. There's certain things about both of them that I like.
Yeah.
Things that have actually been pointed out to me that make a ton of sense.
Yeah.
But my gut tells me that I'm just this much more of a Carter guy, I think.
Yeah.
I'll tell you in 2 days when Gary takes both of them.
Oh, dude, now that I did a lot of trades, I need a lot of wide receiver help too.
That's true. I got a guy. He's not a starter, but I'll trade him to you. First round pick next year.
Yeah. It's going to be so much fun on Saturday. That's for damn sure.
All right, Ty. What do you, this will be the 203.
So this is probably going to be a stretch. I didn't really like any of the tight ends that got drafted. Besides obviously Kyle Pitts. I mean, that'd be a dumb thing to say, oh, Kyle Pitts not that good. But this guy was one of my favorite tight ends coming out, and he's going to be on a shitty team, but he's got a great chance of starting. That's Brevin Jordan.
Oh,
wow.
Wow, I like that. That's go get your guy.
I said it the last podcast. I mean, again, I realize what team he's on. I realize the quarterback situation.
Bill O'Brien's not.
But Houston has never had a tight end. Unless you can think of one, please tell me. Unless you can think of a true tight end that they've had since they've been around, I can't think of a guy.
JJ Watt caught 5 touchdowns one year?
JJ Watt? Exactly. So
The best he had was Darren Fells, right? Didn't he do the best of all of them?
Him or what's the other guy, Akins?
It's not Akins. He's a Jared Cook of old.
Go ahead.
If Darren Fells is the best tight end the Texans have ever had, notice the silence.
Yeah.
That doesn't say much.
Damning.
That
Brian's gone, so I have
but Brevin Jordan was one of my favorite tight ends coming out of the draft. I liked his production at Miami. I think he had as many catches as Kyle Pitts, if I'm not mistaken. Miami had a lot of guys get drafted this year. And like I said, he was one of my favorite tight ends. Again, I know it's probably not a great pick, but
there's
not many tight ends.
The thing is, though, Ty, I agree with you because there's opportunity there, even though I'm skittish because I've been burned by so many tight ends in Houston. I think I'm the guy who was like, don't draft tight ends out of Houston. They don't do anything.
I don't blame you.
But Brandon Cooks is – so think of it like this. Probably the most affordable wide receiver one in the league would be Brandon Cooks because he plays for Houston. Same sort of situation with Brevin Jordan. Who else is there to catch the ball?
Cobb.
Randall Cobb?
Yeah.
They probably don't even have Kenny Stills anymore, right?
No.
Nope.
Right?
No, the Buffalo signed him on the practice squad.
They got Kiki Kute. How many healthy seasons he had? There's nobody there to catch the ball. The opportunity is right in front of him.
Yeah. There's not many, like I said, there's not many good tight ends coming out or you would want to draft. So besides him and Freiermuth, that was the other pick, obviously, but I don't know. Other than Freiermuth had more touchdowns, I thought Brevin Jordan's a little more athletic.
All right. So this is tough love, bro. This is tough love.
Yeah, go for it.
What round was Brevin Jordan drafted?
I mean, yeah, it was really late.
It's very late.
I got it.
You got a lot of first round people or second round who are like in different because nobody will probably touch that guy until the third round at best. I'm just gonna lay it to you. Like,
and
a lot of experience through these drafts and whatnot. Like, I'd rather tell you right now, you got like at least 12 people come off of that board before he does. But I mean, it's some people will go for the guy, but you got to also think too, if you're needy for tight end right now, he's not going to produce this year because not many tight ends really produce their first year whatsoever. I mean, Kyle Pitts could be out of the norm, hopefully, maybe, but we never see, especially tight end. I mean, they don't really give you a whole bunch of points too. But I mean, you're looking to stash this guy on your tax, and you're not going to put him on your regular.
Right.
It's the name of the game because I mean, unless you really like and devour that pick, that's fine by me because I will pick next. I will pick Trey Sermon, and I'll be like, I'll walk that to the bank because he's going to literally, if he can be the next guy, he's going to do monstrous things that most running backs will do in San Fran, like especially with that squad too. Like I'll go blindfolded. I'll turn that Rey Mysterio mask upside down. I won't even know where I'm going.
Backwards through a cornfield? Backwards through a cornfield?
I'd be that excited, sure.
Barefoot, in the snow.
Yeah.
Gary, on your pick there, it's worth noting that I think Trey Sermon really fits the zone scheme that Shanahan wants to run, particularly outside zone.
Yeah,
I think that's what he loves, and I think he can excel at that. And this kind of goes back to my pick that I made 2 picks ago with Michael Carter. I was really torn between these guys because I think they both can be legit backs that have pass catching upside, which is really the name of the game, honestly, in leagues where you get points per reception because you're just piling on,
Yeah.
And So he's going to have competition from Mostert. McKinnon's gone, right?
Yep. The Chiefs.
Yep.
Jeff Wilson, which I could totally see Jeff Wilson cutting into some goal line looks for him because Jeff Wilson was really efficient on the goal line. But I still think Trey Sermon has a really good shot to be good.
You know, I mean, plus also they did trade up to get him, kind of like we were talking about with Trey Lance. But also, what was it? Kyle Shanahan did leak this too. He said, we've always switched backs because nobody could stay healthy. So, I mean, when you have a back that can possibly stay healthy and still young, he did have a collarbone issue. I think because when Ohio State, I think they played Clemson or somebody like that. He had a collarbone issue and he went out early. I think it was a small broken collarbone, so he's still healing from that. But I think Trey Sermon is still, if he can be the guy, I mean, he's a younger version of Raheem Mostert. Why not have that? I mean, Raheem Mostert went to Philadelphia and he was on the practice squad for the longest time. He went to numerous amounts of teams until he finally went to San Fran. They're like, we're going to use this guy. And I think it took him that long to be a premium back, whereas Trey Sermon can be that. But I think he's still going to need some time too. Plus, I mean, he's an all-around back, man. He can do just about all. I mean, he doesn't have that 4.3, 4.4 speed whatsoever. But I mean, he's going to get the yardage when you need it. So that's the only way I see it.
Yep. I like that.
Yeah. But it's so hard. I mean, do you want the guy who's going to run in a good system, or you want the guy who's going to be really like a better PPR guy? And especially if Michael Carter and the Jets turn it around, like turn that whole team around like it's San Fran, and dude, lights out. Michael Carter can be Kamara, like 2.0. Absolutely.
All right, that puts me up with the 205. And I mean, to me, it's a group of wide receivers these next couple of picks.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to base my pick again, like I did with Najee Harris, on volume and opportunity. That puts me with Amon-Ra St. Brown of the Detroit Lions. Again,
Tell me more.
This receiver group there is
trash,
desolate,
anemic,
wasteland,
putrid,
trash,
a Texas of a dry desert.
Go from noon to 6 in a hurry.
Yes, absolutely. So
that's for you, Shane.
I'm not.
Sorry, Shane.
And again, I'm basing this strictly on opportunity, volume, all that fun stuff. So
I mean, I think he could be this best St. Brown in the league. Like
Equimus St. Brown.
Nice.
Like I mean, although they have still like a couple veterans there too, and you got somebody like Quintus Cephas is in the second year.
Rashard
Perriman.
Tyrell Williams.
Thank you, Ty.
Who didn't play last year.
Right, but I mean, he did come from the Chargers, who what's his name was there too as the running back coach for Detroit now. Like
Anthony Lynn.
Yeah, Anthony Lynn. He's a running back coach for Detroit right now. So I think he's got opportunity. Like, it's just, I think Rondell Moore is going to be, and Elijah Moore, they have some competition, which is going to be tough. But I think they're better wide receivers than him, but I just think Amon-Ra St. Brown right now is the best opportunity. You know,
I agree.
So
good pick.
I don't mind about that pick.
Good pick.
I like it.
All right, that puts Mark.
Well, part of the draft where I start huffing and puffing because it's like, fuck, I don't want anybody here. But I do, so I'll go ahead and take these guys. In the words of one Gary Jerkowski, it is incredible that Kadarius Toney is dropping as far as he is.
Oh my God, I love it.
And right here is where I take Kadarius Toney.
Dude, I like him so much better than Rondell Moore. I like him better than Elijah Moore. I I think he's going to be. It might not be this year. He might produce a little bit, but next year, because I don't think Sterling Shepard's going to be there, and
Is Darius really your guy? You know what I mean? Like these
right.
guys who are kind of like just sort of. I don't know. I feel like the other guys are sort of just patchwork.
Galladay.
Yeah.
Galladay's not patchwork, but I feel like definitely Sterling Shepard at this point is not the guy. He hasn't shown an ability to stay healthy for an entire season. Has he? Was he healthy all last season?
No.
Slayton is a nice deep threat, but I feel like he's kind of a one-trick pony.
Mm-hmm.
And so, I mean, you've got Tony coming in. He's 22, which is perfect. He's young. He's got athleticism. There's opportunity there. What more could you ask for? In a division, you're probably going to be playing teams where you're going to have to throw the ball.
First round pick too. I mean, you got a first round pick at 2.6 right now. The 18th pick overall. You got a first round pick.
Can I have this in real life? Can I have this draft? All of these?
Right. Picks? Like, I mean, I don't think like Kadarius Toney, like, I think he's going to be like somewhat like a Brandon Ayuk in a way. He can be gadgety. He can be like, kind of like they do in San Fran like that. Dude, my biggest thing for a wide receiver, especially if you're small, how are you off the line on press coverage? And he's just as good as Devonta Smith, dude. Almost the same. Well, he's a little bit bigger than Devonta Smith, but like, I think he's gonna be good, dude. He's gonna be good. Like, I mean, that was their like, okay, fuck, we don't have Devonta Smith. Let's go with Kadarius Toney because he's somewhat what we're trying to look for in that spot.
They wanted Devonta Smith.
Yeah, I'm so glad the Eagles did that.
Yeah, that was pretty.
They traded back and thought they could get Devonta Smith, and the Eagles said, "Nah, I don't think so."
Especially trading your own division, those.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, exactly.
Brutal. All right, Ty, let's put you back on the clock. What you got?
All right, well, I'm just gonna go with a safe pick and go with Rondale Moore.
Nice.
I mean, it was either gonna be Marshall or Hubbard, but I mean, I think with all the names that been taken, I think this is kind of a safe pick. And I mean, who knows how long Larry Fitzgerald's probably going to retire within this next year, or maybe he'll keep playing. I don't know. Andy Isabella, I don't know. I was hoping he'd do something because he came from a Division I AA school, but I don't know. I don't think he's the answer at that slot receiver. Christian Kirk, he's too inconsistent for me. Has the ability to be a second receiver, but he's too inconsistent. And again, film don't lie. Rondale Moore had 200 yards against Ohio State. Now, granted, it was a couple years ago, but you get 200 yards receiving on Ohio State, and he can do the kick return and punt return. Kid can play. Maybe not the greatest situation, like maybe Dwayne Eskridge who's going to Seattle, but I mean, the kid can still play. So.
Yeah, I like the Rondale Moore pick. I don't mind that at all. I think that he is it possible he could succeed Christian Kirk?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I guess that's kind of what I'm looking at. And Christian Kirk was one of those players that I absolutely loved at first, and he kind of struggled a little bit. And then he had a little bit of a breakout too, and then they brought in Hopkins, and it was like, oh god, because it kind of hurt his value a little bit. I thought he was on the up, but I could totally see him sort of taking that spot, assuming that they would do something like re-sign Hopkins if that's something that Hopkins wants to do.
Right.
Did they extend Hopkins when they brought him in?
Yeah, I think so. So
I think they did
for at least another couple of years.
Yeah,
I think you're right.
But I think that this is a team that's also approaching its win now window as well. Even though they have a good young quarterback, I think they have the pieces. It seems like they feel that way based off of the moves they made towards running back and things like that.
Because Tyler hasn't got his contract.
Right.
He's still on his rookie contract.
Right.
So, yeah. So
again,
like I think he's going to be a pretty decent factor for his squad. Actually, man, he's a pretty good separator. Like, he's definitely short in the. Like, I think he's what 5'7".
Yeah,
Right.
yeah. He's a little guy. Well,
Yeah.
not little. He's short.
Darren Sproles 5 something.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he's not like a Jakeem
5'6".
Grant. I mean, he's Jakeem Grant size, but he's a really good separator. Jakeem Grant's not bad in his own right, but Rondell Moore has got it to where like he's better than Andy Isabella. Christian Kirk has his own aspect. I think with the fact that they've had 2 legit wide receivers, now they bring AJ Green into, which whatever, he's not as well as that he was in his prime. Like, I mean, when you had Hopkins and you had Larry
Not a
Fitzgerald,
long-term threat either.
yeah, that's going to take away his stuff from Christian Kirk. But I mean, I still like we're still trying to figure out this fucking passing game with with Pittsburgh, man. So it's I like Rondell Moore. Like I think he's going to be fairly decent within the next coming years because I don't think Christian Kirk probably won't re-sign him. We'll have AJ Green out of this year.
Yeah.
We'll still have DeAndre Hopkins and Rondell Moore as your 1-2.
No,
That's not a bad 1-2 punch.
I mean, this is the perfect. I mean, this is why you have taxi squads in Dynasty because you get a guy with talent like this. You let him sit on the taxi for a year, see how everything pans out.
I could also see them viewing Rondell Moore as like a Will Fuller type for them.
Absolutely.
Basically how, when Fuller was healthy in games with Hopkins, they were awesome together. They really were. And if you could get similar production, obviously Will Fuller is kind of like a Deshaun Jackson type in the fact that he completely takes the top off the defense. He could have a game where he goes for 3 touchdowns against D'Angelo Hall.
Mm-hmm.
or he could, I could see them using them in that sort of tandem, which I think a lot of the leagues are trying to do. I feel like half the wide receivers drafted this year are under 5'10". They all run 4.3 40s, and they can take the top off of defense.
Like, which is crazy because like years back, we're like the best wide receivers we can think of is AJ Brown, DK Metcalf, these big ass motherfuckers.
Alphas.
But I mean, now we're like, okay, are these alphas? Can we see them as alphas? Like 5'7" to 5'10", like speedsters separate? Because what's best thing now to do as a wide receiver is to separate.
Right.
When you can gain separation, I'll throw to you all day because the perception of that quarterback is, okay, he's going to be open like that. I know where he's going to be. I can throw it to him. Whereas contested catches aren't going to be that easy sometimes. So, like, I mean, especially when you're on like
times.
What was that more?
I mean,
you're going to be on the wrong side of contested catches if that's what you rely on.
Yeah, you're looking for a 50-50 in hopes. But, I mean, you got the better part of especially if you know your wide receiver, that he can catch it. But, I mean, it's so much easier for a quarterback to know that you've got somebody who can gain some separation with that. Like, I mean, when you can –
1 or 2 steps.
Yeah.
That's all
when you have a DB trailing and you see it off the brink, you're going to throw to that and know right off the bat that you got it,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So especially going back towards somebody like Jalen Waddle too, when it comes to why am I forgetting his name? Who's the quarterback for them?
Tua.
Yeah, with Tua too. Like, I mean, it's just like Tua, like he had to throw to either Devontae Parker or Preston Williams, who are 2 contested catches guys. You got Jalen Waddle now and Will Fuller, who can separate pretty quickly. That's going to be really good for Tua. I think Tua is going to have a pretty good year this year,
especially in situations where you're trying to just move the chains.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, he's not going to have any excuses. Yeah. I'll just say that.
Yeah. So size and separation, I think, are really important. But I mean, even if you're smaller, kind of like, I mean, you were saying too, more with like somebody like who's the running back you like out of Chicago, little guy?
Tariq Cohen.
Yeah, I always fucking like the switch just not click with me when I try to figure names. But like Tariq Cohen, like, I mean, if you put him in the slot, boom, boom, like he can be open like that, like 2 seconds.
He's a great mismatch piece.
Absolutely.
Put Cohen on a linebacker, that dude's gonna get open.
someone like Boston Scott, like boom, boom, can like shift in that way. And this Rondell Moore is like that, shiftier, quicker than somebody like that too, instead of a running back who's like that. So I think it's going to be interesting how this whole season goes about, man. I'm excited to see these like smaller wide receivers because we're all just used to 6'2", 6'3" wide receivers. Like, I don't think they're going to be anything like a Julio Jones, but it's just going to be interesting to see how they all, climb away and see how they can produce.
I mean,
especially
obviously,
fantasy.
I take people because it's a draft, and that's kind of what our gig here. But I'm really interested to see how these guys do shake out. You know what I mean? I love this time of year just because there's all this not uncertainty, but there are questions about how this stuff's going to work out. Are you going to have a guy come into the league and be an Ardarius Stewart and into obscurity, even though he was okay at Alabama? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
There's a lot of dynamic receivers that can play that gadget role and that return role. Like Eskridge was like MAC Special Teams Player of the Year. Rondell Moore was a kick returner. Devontae Smith, I think, was a returner. Gary, you can back me up or not back me up on that. I'm not sure.
But none of them are Percy Harvin.
Hey.
None of them are Percy Harvin.
I ain't gonna lie, that's why I got on that Christian Kirk train, because he was that too. And he doesn't have a catch radius.
I can't approve of Lansdowne High School rival. I can't approve of that.
Well,
I didn't mean to turn the knife. I'm sorry.
Yeah, you turned the knife. You turned heel on me.
You hate
the heel turn. There's so many heel turns.
My new
you pulled a Hulk Hogan heel turn on me.
My new Twitter handle be Ty Hate Me.
Ty Hate Me.
All right, so it's
all good. It's all
that
good.
third round. I'm gonna go with Elijah Moore, wide receiver, New York Jets.
You did snipe me.
Elijah Moore. I mean, if Jamison Crowder isn't there, Elijah Moore is a perfect fit for that position.
And there's a very good chance that he is not there. Yeah. Crowder will not. Probably. I think he's a $12 million cap hit for them this year.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, he's $12 million, something like that. But I think the cap hit is $1 million or something. But anyway, I still love Denzel Mims there, dude. I think he's gonna be fucking awesome. I like it.
I like that.
With you, and then guards. There's a pedigree. Do you guys know what AJ Brown and DK Metcalf have something in common?
They played at Ole Miss.
Yes. So and Elijah Moore.
And they have amazing abs.
Yes.
Sorry, that was weird.
Yes.
But they're specimens, I tell you.
All right, so Gars took Elijah Moore, sniped me right there.
Hey, can I say we should also look into what is his name? Okay, Jonathan Mingo in Ole Miss, because I looked at him too as a Devy option. So that is a big one. Remember that name, Jonathan Mingo.
Write that down.
I already did.
I can add
the Devy league.
It's stuck.
Okay. All right. So Gar sniped me right there. So, like I just said, the pedigree of Ole Miss, and then I think you have to think about Justin Jefferson last year. People kind of, he fell quote in rookie drafts last year. So I don't know if end the slide right here and Terrence Marshall is the right thing. But the LSU thing,
it's there.
I missed out on Justin Jefferson in all my leagues, so I'm going to go Terrence here, and yes,
yeah.
So Morg, that puts you up with the 210.
The 210.
Yes.
Well, all right. So I'm going to just go ahead and throw this out there. I'm going to be so wrong. I'm so wrong every year. But it only hurts me, none of you. So that's fine. I'm having a really hard time jumping on the Diami Brown train. I just think there's a lot of pieces there, and I think him having an immediate impact. I worry that everybody's going to cut into everybody at Washington. You know what I mean? Like, Lauren might take a hit. because of Curtis Samuel, and Brown will probably not be as viable because of Samuel. Whereas Antonio Gibson's probably going to lose targets because of these guys as well. And so I think even though I love the team makeup and I like what they're doing, I don't love Diami Brown. And I'm just explaining why I'm not choosing him, which is probably not the right way to go about this. But so I'm going to take
Oh,
Dwayne.
can I?
I'm taking Dwayne Eskridge.
That's a good pick. Hey, Morgan, can I follow on that Washington?
Yes, sir.
Since you're a Washington fan,
Yes.
would you agree?
Part of my hand.
Would you agree that the top 3 wide receiver spots are locked, and that 4, 5, and then sometimes teams take 6? Would you agree that 4, 5, and 6 for Washington are open?
Yes, because they still have Kelvin Harmon.
Right.
Not that I think he would probably be the 6 if they were going to keep the 6.
Okay.
I think there's probably thought that they might try to incorporate Gandy Golden.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think he's completely silent. I know that from everything that I have read, and granted, I'm really kind of shying away from this because I am a Washington fan and it's a bit superstitious, so it's really not fair from my perspective on this pick, which is why I'll let somebody else pick it, because I guess what I'm getting at. But I just think there's I don't know. I don't know what they're doing, kinda. I don't know how it evolves. Whereas I think Dwayne Eskridge is going to come in and play an immediate role.
I agree.
I don't know.
My only thing is I could see Diami Brown coming in as the 4th receiver if possible. At best. I'm not saying it will happen, but I do understand your hesitation, and you're a Washington fan, so you know a little more than I do, but I think he could come in as a number 4. Will he? And if he doesn't, will it shock me? No. But I think he could come in as a number 4 because, like I said, I think the top 3 are locked in.
I also forgot Cam Sims, who I think they get a 1-year extension or contract.
Right.
Granted,
I mean, yeah,
I think
he's going to have to beat out Cam Sims for number 4. I agree.
But I think that I just don't really, honestly, I didn't really pay that much attention to him before all of this, and it's my own fault. And so I'm trying to catch up with him now. And I think my biggest hesitation is being a fan of a team and thinking about players emotionally as opposed to rationally.
Yeah.
Try to separate my fandom for a team from logic when it comes to these things.
Yeah.
And
I agree with you.
So it's just me stepping back on the fact that I'm a fan of the team more than anything.
But I think Eskridge is a better pick. I think he could come in and be a slot receiver. Because I think I said on the last podcast, Freddie Swain was their slot receiver, and he had 13 catches.
Mm-hmm. They're also, I think that they may be shying away from featuring tight ends in Seattle. I might be wrong about that, but I got this feeling. I don't know why. I can't explain it. It's kind of like when there's a ghost in the corner of the room watching you. You can't really explain it, but they're there.
Yeah, ghost towns, baby.
I know.
That's never happened to you? I've had a ghost visit me everywhere I've lived except for this house.
Like the house, like my house we're in right now?
No, the house I live in.
Been there for a year yet, right?
It'll be a year in August.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, Todd. The 211. What are you gonna do?
I need a running back, but I don't like any of the running backs. I don't like this pick. I'm gonna go with Chuba Hubbard.
Okay.
Because you can correct me if I'm wrong. There's not a definitive backup to Christian McCaffrey.
You are correct. No, I like this pick. Chuba is one injury away from being
relevant
on an RB1 discussion.
I mean, I thought about Ramondre Stevenson because New England has a revolving door of running backs, but I personally like Damian Harris. But again, I'm not Bill Belichick. I haven't won 6 Super Bowls, and he likes to, depending on who they're playing, he likes to game plan which running back fits them, and I just don't like that. And then I also had Kylan Hill, but let's be honest, he's sorry guys, I'm reading what Josh just said. I won't say it out loud. I thought about Kylan Hill.
You're obliged to. You can.
What, pussy farts?
I typed that. It popped into my head out of nowhere.
Oh, that was you, Morg. I should have known that one. So, but yeah. So I think of all the running backs that are left, in my opinion, he'd probably be the best one. So,
All right, guards. What you got in the second round, real quick?
I'm going to go with Pat Fryermuth, tight end.
Ooh, there we go. You sniped me. FRY.
I don't think he's going to be too special this year, especially with Ebron there, and especially Juju too. But if Juju leaves and you got those 2 wide receivers in 2022, Fryermuth, I think, is going to be legit. Yeah. Especially if they don't know what kind of we don't know what kind of QB is going to be there. Most QB who come into a league, especially rookies, like tight end is their safety net. So I think Fryermuth is going to be a really good asset for you in 2022.
I'm totally on board with you guys.
Mm-hmm.
We've discussed this guy and now
we try to pay up for him.
Yeah, and the pigs.
Good red zone target. Had 16 touchdowns in 3 years. 15 of them were in the last 2 years.
Yeah.
So
All right, guys, let's just fire off real quick a third round. We won't really discuss it. Just we'll throw names out there, and if you want to throw a little bit out there, do so. But let's not.
Yeah, just small little your thing.
It's a little taste of that product.
Yes.
Gotcha.
At the 301, that puts me up, and I think I took this in the last podcast.
I like the way it makes my tongue tingle.
I did Amari Rodgers, and I'll stick to him, and I'll take him here. I mean, Aaron Rodgers has wanted a wide receiver in the draft, and he finally got one.
And he has the same name.
Yes.
It's meant to be.
Yes. So, more, let's.
All right. My guy takes Amari Rodgers. This makes my choice easy. Ramondre Stevenson.
Yeah, I like it.
Not a lot to say here because Ty sort of hit it earlier with the uncertainty at running back for New England. But I think that I think the best way to sum it up is he plays a big man's game with little. He's got really good feet. His footwork is excellent. He moves like a fucking freight train, but dude has twitch for 240 pounds. And that's, I don't know. You know me, I love traditional thumpers, but this guy I think is a little bit different. Now, I still think that Damian Harris is a starter there, but we're in the third round, and I'm willing to take that dart throw on Stevenson for sure here.
I don't think he's a half bad receiving back too. So
agreed. He's got buttery hands, dude.
Yeah.
Super buttery hands. I may take this dude in the early second round. Y'all better watch out.
Oh shit!
Wait,
aren't buttery hands slippery?
No
buttery nipples.
No, butter melts in my mouth because it's fucking delicious.
Oh, okay. All right.
How was that here?
Trying to lie.
Man, this is real tough. I'm gonna go with Tutu Atwell.
Ooh.
Of the names I got written down, I'll be real quick. Of the names I got written down before him, like I just don't like their situations. Like I got Jamar Jefferson, Seth Williams' situation, Jarrett Patterson. I just yeah. He's got the best situation out of the guys that I've written down.
I like that. I'll see what you did there.
It's not my favorite pick, but yeah.
It's okay. It's the third round. It's nobody's favorite pick.
I mean, he went in the second. So, I mean,
yeah.
What you got?
I'll probably go with Kenneth Gainwell at this point.
Homer.
Yeah.
Yeah. I forgot about him.
No, I've been sniped
again. You got to start picking better, dude.
I mean, they signed Boston Scott to another 1-year deal, but I mean, Kenneth Gainwell he looks phenomenal. Like when he gets the ball in his hands. So I mean, he could be the next like absolutely Boston Scott. And I don't think Miles Sanders is really that much of a back who can stay healthy throughout the whole season. So
remember the running back before him was Antonio Gibson,
right?
And he did well as a rookie. So
Mm-hmm.
Memphis running backs. Anyways,
M-Town, stay down, boys. Let's go. All right, I am gonna go. So Gary kind of there, and we are. This is Superflex where quarterbacks matter a lot more. There's two quarterbacks I'm really thinking about going right now, Trask and Kellen Mond. But I mean, you have to think about who's kind of teaching them, and it's Tom Brady versus Kirk Cousins. So with that said, I'm going to go Kyle Trask here.
damn it! I should have gone that before. Damn it!
And that puts the Morgmart on the clock.
I will take Diami Brown here.
Oh,
There he is.
he fell to you,
Well, that's why I couldn't take him back there.
but not yeah.
It's all about value and perceived value.
Yes. How do you want to roll?
I'm basically drawing at straws. I'm gonna go with a fellow A. Rogers in Green Bay, Amari Rogers.
Wait, no, I took him.
Hixie Babe already took him.
I took him in 301.
Is that what I wasn't listening. Damn, my bad. Shit. Yeah, now I'm really, really drawing at straws. I already picked a Baltimore wide receiver, but I'm gonna go Tylan Wallace.
I like that pick.
Again, at this point, maybe if this is my team, maybe one of them will be good. I don't know. I'm hoping one of the two is good. So
It's all right.
Yeah.
Hey, they took Hayden Hurst before Mark Andrews, so hey, here we are. Guards, what you got?
There's two options I like, but I'm gonna go with somebody who has a possibility of starting, maybe possibly right away or very soon. I'll go with Nico Collins,
Oh, you
wide receiver.
damn it, Gary. Yeah, I mean, if somehow Deshaun Watson gets out of all the hot water, quote unquote, that he's in, and this guy could, he could.
He has a shot to play, man.
Yeah. That puts me back up. My last pick. All right. Damn, Gary.
Sorry. I had one other idea, but he was.
All right. If Joe Mixon goes down again.
I'll stab you in the throat with this pen.
damn.
I'm sorry, I got a little out of hand, didn't I? Go for it.
I'm going with Kevin.
Dude, we're gonna hear a lot of that on fucking Saturday. That's for damn sure. I will fucking kill you if you take that.
I'm not sitting in the Morgan OnlyFans unit. If Joe Mixon gets hurt, Chris Evans definitely has a path to
Ooh.
carries.
I like that a lot.
So I'm going Chris Evans right here. The 3 would be the 309. And I guess I'm sorry.
No, you're
But
fine.
you're
You're
up.
fine. I mean, you just totally ruined everything for me, but it's fine. I am going to take you on our list. I'm going to take Khalil Herbert right
Damn
here.
it. That's my other guy. I wasn't taking Seneca.
Ooh.
Good pick.
Because he is one injury away from being very relevant.
Mm-hmm.
Khalil Herbert.
In the same way. Ty?
Yeah, I was looking to make sure the guy I wanted was on that team. Because quite frankly, I just heard of him today. I don't know a thing about him, but he plays for the Falcons and he's a running back.
Okay.
I know where this is.
I can't say his name. Javian Hawkins.
That was very close. I would give that to you as a
Javian Hawkins. Again, I'm not gonna lie. I'm drawing at straws, and the fact that I just don't like any of the running backs besides Mike Davis. Fuck it. anybody's got a chance.
Agreed.
All right, Gary, finish off this draft, my man. The last pick, and he's so perplexed.
It's not sexy, but I mean,
Neither was the last one I just had.
That's what she said.
but I'll go with Josh Palmer from the Chargers.
Anybody's, like you said, Mike Williams is hurt a lot.
Yeah, and it's the last year of his deal. So I mean, he could walk.
Yeah, very much so.
That's not a bad pick.
Well, damn, guys, that guy.
That was 3 rounds. That was pretty good.
That guy. Yeah, I mean, we got. I mean,
I feel like we did.
it seemed consensus. It might have got a little painful at the end ish, but
I think through round 2, though, we had a lot of good discussion on how you might navigate that.
yeah.
Just in the fact,
Hey,
this
AKA Brevin Jordan.
Spicy, man.
Mm-hmm.
Anything outside of the top 10 picks, even in that, there's really nothing about the top 10 picks in a rookie draft either. But you have a better shot, I would say, especially if Payne drafts on one side of you or the other. You know,
That's for sure.
Praise be.
The last two picks were painful
Yeah.
for me, anyways. I was just drawing straws.
you did great.
Yeah.
I believe in your picks. My team
Thanks, man.
ass though.
Yeah, probably. That's all good.
Yeah. All right, guys. That was a good time.
It was a good.
So yeah, I mean, not that everybody cares, but yeah, we have our a lot of the guys in our league. We have a draft together this weekend. So if anybody has any drafts coming up, good luck. Let's get it. More get some music, get us out of here. Thanks you guys for listening. For Ty, again, you're not gonna find him on social media, the ghost.
You gotta get a computer first.
Yeah.
Yep.
At Gars _ Athletico. We're gonna at the part. You can find me at JHicks804. And get on Twitter, you can find all of us at the Fluke _FF. We are on Spotify, iTunes, Podbean. Subscribe, review, tell all your friends. I hope this is helpful. Good luck in all your upcoming drafts. If they're not done, they're about to begin. Have a good time.
Be safe.
Yes. Then the only other advice I can give you guys is
Drink and be merry.
drink and be merry. And I mean, if just from doing this with this guy from the podcast, I have a great time with all the time. Try to do it live. It just makes life. It's just the best. It's absolutely the best. It's the only way.
Embrace being human.
Yeah.
Live draft, live trades
Mhm.
during the draft. Oh, amazing.
And it's tough.
Yep.
I mean,
Not live shit talking.
yes, live shit.
Carries so much
Yeah.
more weight than
Yeah.
text.
And it's
Absolutely. Oh, absolutely. And a chat.
together.
Let's chat.
It was
Not shit talking.
It is awesome.
so. All right, everybody. Thank you for listening. We will be back.
Oh, we hit 10,000 downloads.
Thank you for all you downloaders. 10,000 one day.
Well,
10
we'll get there. You got to start somewhere.
Yeah, 10,000 downloads. Thank you guys so much. You guys are best fan base.
We flexing.
A bunch of guys can ask for
A
it.
bunch of degenerates could ever ask
Yeah.
for.
Mhm.
Yes.
Degenerates flexing.
Yes.
So
Well-
yeah, awesome.
Thank you guys. Enjoy. We won't be back for Memorial Day, so enjoy your Memorial Day. Be safe.
Viva la lucha.
Go Bills.